All right. A very happy Sabbath to all of us. I believe we are all doing well. Last week or so, I made some announcements on the platform, and I would like to reiterate them in this particular video so that we can all be well informed. Homeda na wotwi twa mu no mede enkaibɔ nsɛm bi eto your platform ne so. Nti no mepɛ sɛ mesan sisudua ebia na atwerɛdeɛ no obi entumi ante biribi ase na emoa. We have the blood moon coming up on the 7th of September. It's very important that you pay close attention to what I'm saying because medikan ka sɛ abrabo a yɛbɔ yi no esumaseme wo mu no edoso sen de ni ehunu nti we still have a lot of issues to be talking about or discussing when it comes to spirituality. Ya brabo a yebo no ada se sunsuma na honhom no. And so blood moon comes up just like we all know the darkness or the clouds, the dark clouds hovering over the world. Stadium nunkum tuntumbi akata ewiase. So from the starting moon, they call a year blood moon. It's very important. Say ubia ebebon hobain. Na wenye nimdie ebitumi. Preserve no. When we pray to God, He answers us. But where do we get those answers, and how are the answers communicated to us? All of these discussions we continuously have, it is a way of receiving the answers that God brings forth when we say a prayer to Him. 7th September, that day particularly combined with the month, which is the 6th month of the year, September, happens to be a combination of earth and the firmament. Asase a yetiso yi oba be hye ewia ene osramo entem me pese me to me boase na me kirekire enema mu kiremo se ne be ya obi hunu se me ba won chen asafoba na me ni odi nkomo bi afa sunsumu asem ho a ensese oto nasaram oto no ajeje mu isanse ebetumi ahaw afie bia ni munsem. The year 2025 no, it is the year of divine, the year of the Lord. But then every year of the Lord bia ana number 9 year bia no esan ye a year, the arch rebel, the arch enemy of God, Yahweh. Or also eman homne so na oyi ni tidiem ewo isumu nyuma boni bebre ho. Into that particular day, which is the 7th of the 6th month, it is a day that gives you earth. September no number 6 on the biblical calendar, not the Gregorian calendar. And at the 7th of that month, we'll put together and give us planet Earth. Until 7, all those who know the calculation is 7, 6, and 13. That gives us 4 Earth. That 7th is the exact day the Earth is going to position itself in between the sun and the moon. Asase no ebe she uwia ene osramontem. Inti asase ni sunsum ebe kata osramon so. Na manaye darkened moon. That gives us the blood moon. Now, what is the significance? Sadie we are AC. Egina ho echredeng. A honum necesse otwe wadwen esi so. Okay. Na die ben ni wom. Akwenya ben na yebetumi enya ewom edi etumpon. Na ohaw ben ni wom a ebetumi abayen so sene be ya. Once we have, adequate information or knowledge about the event, yetumi ehu nia esese yeye. Enti you and I know very well say the planet Earth asase we otumfo nyankopon ye say odasani ntina so na ondidi so na on have total dominion. Ena uwia ene osramono. And also, it determine the times and season. And on the chreyen emre ne na. Bibi bisi. Adibi bipidani mu. Ebreni ne jumedie bia wasasi wesono. Eye osramono, eye muno. Ena ewiano, which is sun. Ene chreyen. Said ye hain pia. Echira se ebraye de sorry free and kete so ekoye juma aba. All right. Send ye bosome no a yema when we have a full moon. A chero say emre idiechiri no a dangerous times, and so that period aya crime bonifosem ekoso bibri. I mean, every firmament event or celestial event has its own definition or practices as and when they happen. Eti planet Earth no ye asase we eye asase a otumfo nyankopon de ma onipa se ontena so na onya tumi wo so eso asie eni bibia onya tumi wo so. Eti se asase ne behye owia no ene bosome no entem enema mienu a echiru nipa emre na. You should have understanding about the situation. Now, there are 3 important things you have to know about this event. Apart from the scientific or astronomical, interpretations are science for development. The metaphysical and spiritual living of believers must be correlated to the event. Inti enyema miensa necessary otiasi say ebe happen. Earth is our survival. I mean, without Earth we cannot survive. And the month of September no esaye the month of man unipa nebosomi. The number 6 is the number of man. Men were formed on the 6th day. We came into life on the 6th day, and so the 6th month has a very deep connection on the destinies and souls of men and women alike. What you must know, they say, during such an event, this is not an ordinary blood moon. There are other blood moons that have happened since, if you check the statistics and research well, since 1994, we've had almost 21 times. This particular 7th September is the 21st time. We've had about 4 total lunar eclipses. That is the blood moon, the total. We have the penumbra and the okay, you let me drop those technical details. Let me address this particular issue. But this particular one, it's unlike the other blood moons. Because the other blood moons do not reflect the number of men or man. Neither do those dates reflect Earth. This particular blood moon encompasses a asasi edi unipa asai unipa na bosu da ebum. Enti in the metaphysical realm, no, how we were composed from earth, a combination of water, earth, air, and all of that. There are three important things that we need to know. The first of them is this coming blood moon is a period of covenant maturity. You can say maturity of covenant. What I mean to say is there are many covenants. It could be family covenant, altar covenant, blood covenant, name it, any covenant that has been established. Well, say during the time when I made church, abeifuo omudwumedi a womudi no emu no mekire mo say omo aye first class witches or wizards no, one of their functions adwuma ba ko omo ye ni say abusue bie mu no apam bie wumbia no eyo omasede se omo be enforce apam covenant bie we busue ni mu. Samedeba for moi ebia tete hono akwakoye apambi edebusue nim se obaby anonipa bi obesori ebusue nim no odru age 40 a esese u. If this is the covenant we ebusue nim a womo a eyo masede se omo be make sure se 40 years nun udnya ubiwu no these first class witches or wizards. It woman they enforce a covenant that has been established. They bring into life or into being something that has already been established. Omo make sure say adiena da hono ne brene so ombema nesi. Okay, it is a obi akwakoje ebia sikedru. Wakoye money rituals be. Na rituals no apam no koye to ho no ekire say as I say, you demanded a soul sacrifice from the family. There are specific times I Lord those sacrifices. However, on such blood moons, which really it doesn't really happen. This particular one is unique because it can take some number of years and the exact replica of this particular blood moon. Although blood moons are hodo bibri ibinity, said the American what you say. However, the timeline say diama for aforie bi and sacrifice bi say onipani apamo edahon. Says such blood moon unity automatically it matures or renews every other covenant for enforcement. This is the period ebusuemu apam ne eniema eti onipenya esoriti enipa abrabom puntum. These covenants are going to be matured. Okoji insurance near say now your insurance has matured. It means that you can make a claim. It means that anything that happens from that point you qualify to take your insurance claim. Such is what we must expect on this 7th of September during the blood moon. All covenants have matured, and the proceeds of those covenants are going to be harnessed by those that perpetrated or established the covenant. The American say, "Apambia etichitu ubia no afi enyini nebrenaso." Enti the sese wo mo echechere apam no to ho no enya free mu no, they are going to take it. Omo benya e de free. It is as say onipa ne shebre esei na apam no eye according to the terms, and I don't know how to freely express it in Twi, but I'm going to try. Say 7th September iso apam bia ya to hodida, say ye awariemu, say ye moja pam, say ye whatever covenant you may or that may pop in your mind. The SSA film no say awaria pam na ya say at every, how do I put this to make you understand? Okay, for lack of words, let me put it in simple terms like this. Ebi apam ne kire say aware bi ebekoso ewo ebusuani mu no. At this particular time, as I say, aware no egu. It will be who say trend we assume kwa aware 3 years and aware ni gui. We call aware no 4 years and aware ni gui. We call aware no ebia 70 year na aware ubi kra aware ne 10th year na aware ni gui. It will be who say parting bi aba beda wo say ubia kwa aware na na aware negu. But aya ya dwene nko the timing every time was our incidences happening, because obeko weidian no ebi 2 years, weidian 3 years, weidian. Why is it that they do not take the same number of years na aware negu? Na dates of divorce ne collapse of the marriage different times different because the times and season events be take place na masani mana eden SCC. But you make what you say. And so this 7th of September, which is the blood moon, which affects you, which affects me, which affects anybody that believes it or not. This particular one, a brea, a pama would be bri, a fedi, a macho, and yini. And so the covenanters, if I should put it in quote, one more a teacher is apam at the toho, whether they are alive or they have handed the baton over to their successors, they have to make sure say said the apamno actually biano adibia a request from individuals that are alive, because covenants bind the living and not the dead. Adibia say free mubano, they will take it. If it is a life, they will take it. If it is wealth, they will take it. If it is power, they will take it. If it is just destruction, it will be done. So this is the first thing you need to know. We know say if ye be a mensa, we know say ebusuan be a ewo the sorry etiano. Of course, ebusuan be a ni munsem. It is a bani say ya ade se odisi utrim ni say whether you do something about it or not, whatever has been established will not change. So the earlier you buckle up and resist any evil activity that may impound or ambush you, the better for all of us. This is the first thing you need to know. Covenants have matured, transcending, destinies, souls, whatever, and so we should expect the awakening of the dark sides of these covenants. We have good covenants and we have evil covenants. In as much as the evil covenants have matured, the good covenants have also matured. It is a pamno eye apambonia enyini, eye apampapansoa enunso enyini. It niye papa womuno. How do we God establishes very good covenant with mankind. All right, if you look at the history of the world from the time of Noah, God made a covenant with mankind. That covenant continues to exist. The covenant which has the symbol of rainbow, Then a covenant is made with Abraham, which has a symbol of circumcision. The covenant is made with the people of Israel, which has the symbol of the 10 commandments. So you see, God has established covenant with the earth, and these covenants continue to exist or mature from time to time. So the year where we have a maturity, or the month in which we have a maturity of covenant, we should also expect that covenant established by God and man has also matured. Covenant established between the dark world and the living has also matured. And in both scenarios, as I say, you project it so well that we may tap into the good results of the good covenant and work against the evil results of the evil covenant. So, enone adie bakwa, we all must understand that the upcoming blood moon is not just any blood moon. It is a blood moon that connects man and the earth. And so it is the moment where covenants have matured and a whole lot of issues are going to happen. It is some of you who may disregard some of these important details when it comes to metaphysical or spiritual living, but you're just concerned with the physical living. You realize, say, after certain events have taken place, and then maybe it take shape in your lives. And train Emma Bribi AC Wasitnemu and Sana Wakakope a home, Imwaye ana a one woodroom. It is said that prevention is always better than cure. It will take time for you to get out of the mess, whereas you could have simply prevented the mess from being orchestrated. So I'm entreating every member of this institution, Pathway to Heaven International Church, and anybody that has chanced on my presentation now, to take what I'm telling you into consideration and involve yourself with the activity that is intended to position us well in this life. It's only the first thing you ought to know. Now, the second thing you ought to know is it is a period of wealth rituals and secret cult meetings. So covenants are mature. Can only say there are stakeholders to covenants. One more, those stakeholders, now they're going to have their meetings. Now, you should also understand that these meetings have very direct relationship with our prosperity and our successes in the world of commerce or economics. The purpose of establishing a covenant is to make sure, say, something improves on one side of the covenant stickers. Okay. Onyankopon ni iwiasi asasi kwa apam through Noah. Apam no ni asasi ni ko no okase onfa ensuo emese asasi ni bio. So this covenant, man has benefited from it. Adintia, there will be no condemnation or destruction by waters. Right? Okay. So now look at it from this way. Every evil covenant is intended to deny mankind. Unipa. Every evil covenant is intended to deny you prosperity. Apamboni bi ebechichira to hono. Se echichira ade ba kope ni frimuwa. And say ede ohaw ana oyeni ebebre odasani unipa. Yeah. 80 at the end of the day, wona wuti me no me pese me chiro say this upcoming blood moon esan ba beye ebrea womo a echichire apama hodo isumu womo a omojoni secret cult societies womo a omoye into money rituals all kinds of wealth seeking avenues for no. They're going to hold serious meetings at the blind side of mankind. Enipa bibri ewu wiase we mu a, they have no idea what goes on in the dark. And I don't know if it is just the ignorance or their belief system that has not been trained or polished. So we train Emma any sort of meeting, dark meeting, ekoso, to snatch away, to steal from you the very opportunities that could have, catapulted you into the limelight of success and power. If you allow such meetings to be held against you, I'm sorry, then I don't know why you're here on earth. I've already said, as it is scripted in Job 14:1, say unipa obawo no nena eyitia webi ohauma. Man is born for troubles. The troubles may be physical, they may be metaphysical. And so we have to guard ourselves against the metaphysical troubles. The physical ones, in most cases, because we're able to see them, we're able to hear them, we're able to touch them, we do have some level of control, maximum level of control. Unlike the metaphysical side, it's very crucial for you and I to expect that these meetings are going to deny a lot of people the opportunity to prosper in this world. These meetings are going to alter destinies. These meetings are going to steal from men while they sleep the very things that are necessary to determine their successes in life. We are branching, we are babawa, we will be a wenia brese ubebobra, and most especially you belong to the army of Christ. You are on the side of the Lord. Please expect that the upcoming blood moon determines a whole lot of events in your life, as long as you belong to a particular family, a particular society, a particular nation, or a particular sect. It is a time private church mongers. When I say private church mongers, asofo binom ne edifo binom womani utumfo nyankopon eniapam. Okay, womani awrade niapam no. Just as mene wo kasa na me highlight the main issues that are going to take place or enema ebabisi during this event, they are also equipping themselves to have their stronghold meetings. Senebeya, whatever covenant they established with the whatever no, so ebehunu omo rituals are eseso ye. Iti asofo eni nyankopon ni apam no. Omba kushia ayomu meetings. Omo yo meetings enipa ma na ebedi emia. They are going to tap into the wealth powers. They are going to tap into the destinies of people, unguarded destinies. Let me qualify it. Unguarded destinies. Obi ane sebre omo ho bain na nimbre wa brabom say obi secure on the life in this particular, living that we've got. They will tap into all such loose souls, and then they will steal from you the very things that must determine your success and prosperity. Or time for no or not. Oguso eye nejuma. Na nejuma no or ye through edipa was asiso. Eji sa esiemudi eba bekoso. A whole lot of secret cult meetings. The Freemasons, the Lodge, the whatnot, and those that are still unknown to the ears and eyes of man in this world globally. The rich are going to get richer, and the poor are going to get poorer. That is the period we're going to be ushered in few days. Got it? The final thing is, of course, when such meetings are held, a lot of souls are being sacrificed. I've told you, say, if you are not ready to sacrifice somebody, somebody will sacrifice you to get what he or she wants. This world is this life is all about sacrifices. Oh yes. Oh yes. When God wanted to reconcile man back to himself, he had to sacrifice somebody. And that was Christ. So the sacrifice of Christ was to reconcile man back unto God. Anytime you want an opportunity, an opening in this life, you must sacrifice something. If you're going to get this mouse, you must sacrifice money. And so it is a period of serious soul sacrifices. And those of you that have accustomed yourselves with knowledge about the metaphysical world, you know very well, say, scout boys and girls, which are the staff, the active staff of the demonic world, mostly people that have witchcraft to destroy and all of that. They are going to take souls of men and women to their advantage, to disadvantaged families, children, parents. If you're a parent, you must watch out that your son or your daughter is not sacrificed. If you are a wife, you must watch out that your husband is not sacrificed. If you're a boss, you must watch out that your employee is not sacrificed. And if you're a boss and you are rather going to do the sacrifice, well, I'm sorry to inform you, for those of us that have the Spirit of God with us, we will not allow any member of our fold to be sacrificed. But it is important, say, these three key things are going to take place during the blood moon. And you know what? The blood moon is going to last for 82 minutes. That's an hour and 22 minutes. Exactly 1 hour 22 minutes happens to be the number of leadership taking the pace ahead. To be honest, if you want to succeed and prosper, component in the dorsum, and most of us we are so clueless about some of these things. And one thing AI or Google cannot do is to provide you with spiritual and metaphysical insight. The data accessible on these technological platforms are scientific, which mostly varies from the real metaphysical and spiritual things that happen. And let me seize this opportunity to let you know, say, September 7 is a very important date, a very important timeline globally, irrespective of where you find yourself. And things are going to happen. Things that go beyond the minds and understanding of man. If we say, if I choose to do the bidding of the devil, trust me, I will stop at nothing to reach the goal that I have set for myself. The reason most of us struggle in this life is because we don't want to learn or know about things that happen on our blind side. Nti niema isisi wo esumu no se yinya kwinya na yehunu a otumfo nyankopon ye yadom na yinya all these revelations are yinya because he has entrusted the souls of men and women in our hands. We are caretakers of his flock. And that is why I announced on the platform, say, from the 4th to the 7th, INT'L, on the 4th, which you and I know very well, say, that 4th is a Thursday. It's Wednesday, ECOCGHAC, which is the 3rd of September. No, we are koto the 3rd of September. Once we are ushered into the night of Thursday, which is the 4th of September, no, we are starting a 3-day fasting and prayers, a sacred one. I use the word sacred, not just any fasting. So it's going to, be accompanied with certain rituals. Let me put it in the layman's language, certain rituals or directions that we're going to be doing. And the ritual is just simple. The ritual is just simple. We are supposed to have 3 different types of grains. If you check on the platform, those of you who may have missed the announcement, there were cereals. Ahodo ewo edwamanso. We got rice, we got wheat, we got oat, we got maize, we got name it. Each one of you is to get 7 grains of 3 different cereals. For instance, say ABR, Ofa Emoa, this is rice, all right? Na weyi mako 7. Nebia wafa wheat, ne weyi mako 7. Ebia wafa maize ebru, weyi mako 7. And 3 different cereals. Okay, 3 different cereals. Ebia pick 7 grains. Ebia pick 7 grains. And then just get a white lining or sheet. Ebia handkerchief fita bi ana cloth fita kokrowe bi. Opeke a mono bako 7. Now they go that white sheet in him. Now I pick a Bruno Mako 7. Now they go. Now I pick a wheat so Mako 7. Any type of cereal, pick 7 grains. Put them together in that small sheet or and tomato and a handkerchief, white, just a small one. A full handkerchief is even big. All right, fegum, not bonipo. Keep it on you throughout the 3-day from 4th to 5th to 6th. Okay? On the 4th, which is the night of Thursday, Wednesday, Ariana Kotonom, that night of Thursday, keep this 777 comprising 21 grains of 3 different cereals, not it bonipo, and keep it on you throughout the next 3 days of the fasting. So on the 4th, on the 5th, on the 6th, you keep it on you. And once 6th, Yera 7th, that means on the 6th, a Saturday. It is a Saturday, Sabbath neko ne wiya, ne koto ayera on the 7th. Because the blood moon will start somewhere around 4:27 p.m. through 5:30 p.m. until somewhere between 11, somewhere 6, thereabout Edeko. However, Ewiane Koto on the Sabbath, which is on the 6th, you will take away the 3 different cereals comprising of 7 grains each. You take away from yourself. I don't know if you keep it in your pocket or you keep it in your, I don't know how you're going to keep it, but it must be on you throughout the 7 days. The only time it's not on you is when you're going to take your bath. After your bathing, you put on your clothes, it's on you. You're going to bath, it's on you. Throughout. And when the 6th is over, I mean the 3 days of the fasting and prayers are over, then I will instruct you that evening what to do with the grains. Immediately you take away uyi grains, every one. Now on the D-Day, each one of you should find coconut leaves. Near friend contomri, coconut leaves. Yes, contomri. Dodua obenye to boil it. Umeda ne twemu no ayewra 7th ni mu 7 na do Sunday night, which is the 7th, which is the day of the event, the blood moon. Me pacha boil the coconut leaves, contomre no noa. Nis hwigu kapum. And then every member of the household should drink some of that water. If you get half glass, it's fine. If you get full glass, it's fine. Just drink it. Now, before we drink that water, each one of you will have to say the prayers that is required to combat evil, to combat altering of souls, set your temper which obi nekra, to combat death, to combat thievery in your lives. Adibia a day calamity oyene or how ebebro or brakwentumunu. You're going to say your respective prayers. Open, say it, and after that you drink the water you got from boiling the coconut leaves. Contombre na haba any day. Afterwards you can discard it. So on the D-Day, ensure obenom to combat these particular evil activities, maturity of covenant that will erupt deficiencies in your life and all of that, contumbre. Me pachao, I'm giving you this message today on this Sabbath. Send your beya. You can make arrangements to get contumely. You can go to African market to get the contumely. You should have it at all cost. And as I speak with you, there is no substitute for that particular tree. Obiyamo modin say, and then obepe contumely ni be if it will be difficult to get it in 7 days time. Obepe contumely ni be na wa preserve for that particular 7th activity. This exercise has only 2 objectives. 1, to prevent any misfortune from coming into your life during the episode of the blood moon. And 2, to enhance your economic empowerment. Metaphysically, project you or position you to do well in life. That is the essence of the 7 grains from 3 different cereals. 2 main objectives for this activity. Now, to those that hear but don't listen, there are people within or without. Wamote and same say it looks like Asayanansi Simbi and Awomuti. To such people, I want you to sit quietly and look around you. Ask yourself very important questions like, the people that are crazy, excuse me to say this, the people that are crazy have gone mad and walking the streets that you mostly see. What happened? At what point in their lives did they get or find themselves in that situation? What triggered their conditions? I need you to quietly sit and ask. You see, sometimes matters of spirituality are not taken serious, but it's very important for you to ask some fundamental questions that can help you to receive messages of this nature and not disregard them. Jesus died for all. God loves all. But why do we see some destinies destroyed? When I see a madman or a madwoman naked on the street, tattered clothes on the streets, I ask myself, this is the fate of somebody. Can it happen to me? Yes. And if it can, would I want to be in that situation? No. So what can I do to prevent this from happening to me? Again, look around you. You may find people who started doing well in life and there was no question, absolutely no question, as to whether they will not, as to whether they will or not finish well in life, because it was certain that these people, they are doing well and they'll continue to do well. However, something happened, and the once high and mighty notable figures that we knew became broke, became, terrible, and unfortunately some of them may have died out of their troubles. What happened? Ask yourself, Bribi ewu wiase we mu ayetim. Eye boni wiase o. Enye papa wiase. And the God of this world, on your right, or a serious manipulator, the God of this world. The God of this world would do everything to solidify or cement his power. He wants to prove beyond reasonable doubt that indeed he is the God of this world, and he's using so many channels to establish his powers. It is also be a pija braboma sorry kosro na bibi atono na wabofom na ne fombo mumpon wentumi ansori biu na de kɔ ne nkrechia se wo a wonyi bibi ni na ensem bi se no onfa no ene eden so serious no wotina se na obusa ho questions. Yeah, eba ne sen na brabom ebitumi yeyi na obidie wa ma medide no ko. What triggers that? What happens? Of course, everything has a cause. And to those that rubbish or trust such, spiritual or metaphysical conversations, you know my position for you. I pity you. Nobody knows tomorrow. And nobody knows when something is going to touch the palm branch for it to rattle. And that's why, Oye Badrema, some of these things, because you have no knowledge of them, you take them seriously and work on yourself. My presence here is to help you, expose you to what you must know, and do what must be done. If you choose to do it, it's in your hands. If you don't do it, it's up to you. What did I come to ask of you? Protect yourself, position yourself, do well in life. This is what I came to project to you. And so it's a very harmless conversation I've had with you. But if you know the troubles and wahala that people are going through in this life, you would not wait for something to happen to you. Answer. And so please get yourselves involved with this upcoming blood moon exercise. And leave no stone unturned to make sure you are not affected negatively by the events that are going to take place. We're going to see more of road accidents, right? We're going to see more of that. We're going to see more of premature death. We're going to see more of fire outbreaks, burning businesses, and all of that. They have already started. We're going to see more of them. We're going to see more of robbery, where people are robbed of their valuables and the wealth. We're going to see more of them. We're going to see more sicknesses that will steal away everything you have labored for, take away your hard-earned resources, money. We're going to see more of them. Why? Because it is that period where these events are happening. And if you allow such a temporal event, just a short time event, if you allow it to cause havoc in your life, it may wreck your life the rest of your life. I think you're going to be as wise as the ant that gathers its food during sunshine against the winter. It has no leader, it has no commander. And so we have to make it while the sun shines. Don't wait until it's too late. And this is my message for Asafoma Monfa Niemebi Enyebribi. Namudi Enyuma Ejuma Woye appointment awo and all of that. Udi Unwano. You don't get to prosperity or success in a day. It's a process. Okay? A process. Say Nehemiah, it doesn't mean say what you're doing, it's not working. You have to keep doing it, and because if you don't do it, you're denying yourself a step forward. And so kindly take note of this for me. It's very important that we all involve ourselves. Let me add these two few announcements. I also mentioned, on the 1st to 7th October, we're going to have a special revival and consecration fasting. Yes, 1st to 7th. Everyone is gathering at a new Edubiase for the locally. Everyone is here, is going to be here. And internationally, we will be broadcasting it live from the venue so that you participate 1st to 7th October. And then on the 2nd November 2025, we will be going to the prisons. Yabeko in some medium security prison. And like I put on the platform, niye kwako yene se yeko akwako she yinuyanum inidiafua ewoho. That day we're going to have a service with them. We will share the word of God with them, with the inmates. We're going to have a wonderful time with them, because that day is Sunday. Yabeko in some medium security prisons. Na yenyomo akwakushiem aye ache nyankopon, encourage them and advise them. For we're looking for that some of them or most of them will give their lives to God. But most importantly, apart from reaching out to their souls, we want to also supply the physical needs that may be required of us as an institution, from food to clothing to detergent, enuane, and ntadie. Okay, ntadie no, the issue they say aya omo wo omo ntadia omo pamma ese. All right, the blue and this pleasing attire. When I spoke with one of the PR, or suggested say omo material na say ye beto omo material ne bulk na ye diaba na oma pimpam e dia that would be advisable. However, empaboa we can take it to them because ombeshia empaboa asese na afei so no detergent to say washing powder any sane mani nyina toiletries steel near the ade. All of these things would be required. Ebano enuyane no we will be supplying maize, grains of maize, yedebeko more beans, ene ni ekeka ho, oil ne ni ekeka ho. A 2nd of November, ene yedesani maneko. You see, jumedi bi say no. Se one found one shimua. Wana ebeko edietiao. Because the opportunity to do well in life no eshisesa jumedi wimu. Enti Pathway to Heaven International Church is making a visit to the Ensawem medium security prisons on the 2nd of November 2025. We are all expected to bring a niema yedeba kwama enuafua ewoho. All right, sanitary pads for the female department is accepted. I mean, panties, bra, boxer shorts, sanyema wiya, ombihini nyina, singlets ni adi nyina. O amanonia, eniema ubitumi edi abeboano, ubitumi apake, enedie eradiadom yewo, they say door to door fui, ombeji niemano, omo di bebreme. We will begin to stock them ahead of it. Your baggage, niema, boxer shorts, singlets, enyane, whatever, fat bra, na yemfanko. What we are going to do is not cash. We won't give cash, no. But we are converting our cash into clothing, into food, into detergent, omu, semina hudu omdbc omontadie, perfumes, roll-ons, ne sani manina. Let's gather them. Ubi amfano wisim, ubi amon homoting, niem pake niemi, and fankoma yiniano. Niesi for Yahweh say, just as he commanded, say, okode fiase ya mejeno or yare ya nyesano, let's do it. The first of its kind ayeba beye, to do it well. Yayebi 2nd November, I think say it was about 5-7 years ago, probably. Ena menimi crew no yekoho. It was wonderful. During that time, na brode abba, and so from our side as farmers, ni binye nuyania hodwa ibitumi ediako. I'm still storing bags of maize de bako maom na omotumi eti onso fa woshim from sabri ya totoniema ne kakra singlet ebia wato be say 20 boxer shorts wato be say 20 pieces bakubia shemu 3 or whatever na ye make sure say enuafo ya ye kwa akosram wo nedua on betumi enya ye ho emfaso na omaka insurance egu ya braboso. Na mekai mo say asafuyi, our only sources of income the legalized ones in scripture. And so on the platform I put say Passover, the month of Passover, April, May, June, July, August, September. September ni you 5 months down the line. Some have still not contributed their first fruits. They have not paid. Tithes have not been paid. And I say, We don't run an institution like that. Of course, this is not a man's institution. This is a divine institution that we are to take care of and keep the church running by rescuing perishing souls. See, the evangelical department of Pathway to Heaven International Church, I told you, because I am tired with the financial burdens. Yeah, I told you. And if this is the situation, how do you, save the souls of men or draw them together or draw them unto Christ? And in many ways, because it looks like we don't care about the souls that are perishing now. Many things that I ought to be doing, because they are ministerial assignments, I'm unable to do them, because even to move the car becomes a problem. You get the point. It becomes a problem. Fueling the car, repairing the car, servicing the car, taking care of my needs. All of these things are not met, which will affect us economically. Sometimes when we neglect our duties, our core obligations in the house of God, it comes back to haunt us. Say, how long have you been, squandering your tithe? And what has been the result? You may argue, say, equally, when I contributed, what was the result? You have no idea. Many of you, your lives have been preserved. Many of you, some misfortunes did not come close to you, your tabernacle, because God needed to protect your businesses, protect your health, and protect many things. So many things that do not happen to you because you cannot see them. You think when you give in the house of God, it doesn't reflect. You don't contribute cash to get cash in return. You contribute cash to get opportunities in return, to get health in return, to get sustenance in return, to get rooting in return. And so I will encourage you that it's a collective responsibility, and we all must work harder to oblige. I'm going to come your way with the continuation of today's lesson shortly. So please don't go away. Stay with me.
Real FM 97.1, the authentic station. Real FM 97.1, the authentic station. Real FM 97.1, the authentic station.
Real FM, Obemo Jumba, Yasin Musemina, Real FM, 97.1, Real FM, the authentic station, Real FM, 97.1.
Real FM 97.1, the authentic station.
Real FM Kedeni Ekan 20.